have an over of 7 or 6. 12 off the last over is very gettable, so we can take this to the last over. At the moment, they're in the driving seat, the Rhinos.
That's why if the Yaks look back at that innings of theirs, they'll certainly feel they were a few runs short. That will come back to haunt them. Fuller delivery in the gap. That's 4 more. 15 runs of over number 15. And Zeb is putting on a show with a bat in this chase. 140 for 4.
This new Team India never bows down. Even against the world test champions South Africa, Proteas will come with their crown. But we bring the heat because we are not just a young team, we are a gun team. IDFC First Bank India vs South Africa. Second test starts 22nd November.
Between Zeb and Ravi Bopara, 39 and 21.
Crazy delivery though, it really was. You mid-off up, extra cover up, and you bowl a full toss at off stump. You're bound to get laced through extra cover. Now, what was it? It was touching 10. It was around 9.7, that boundary. 9 and over required.
Yeah, you don't want to leave too much for later. Sumpal Kami brings himself on. He's so good in front of the wicket. Ravi Bopara, you talk about playing in the way. He's put on an exhibition today, HD.
Yeah, and he's bowling himself at a critical period here. He wants to try and bowl a nice tight over here just to give his last 2 bowlers as many runs as he possibly can. Nandan Yadav is an expert at bowling at the back end. He bowled some wonderful Yorkers last year to close out a couple of games. So he's going to be required to finish off, you would think. He's got 1 over left. Are they brave enough to bowl the left arm spinner of what? Or is it Gulshan? Gul, anything can happen.
Oh, he's got stuck underneath this one. He's hit that with some certainty, and that's into the stands. What an inning Zeb is playing this afternoon. He's taking his team home.
Well, 1 out the ground and they're nearly at a runner ball. That's how quickly it changes at the back end of an innings. Kami makes an error. Safe says, I got you. "20 from 16. Does he change the way he plays, or does he keep the foot down firmly on the accelerator?
He's been moving wonderfully well this afternoon, and he's been depositing the ball into the stands. Zeb is saying the afternoon belongs to me, and he gets the nod of approval from Ravi Bopara as well.
Wow, what a well-timed run chase this has been. The Yaks would have thought they were ahead of the game, but always while Bopara was there, they had a chance. He hung around, he built the innings, and then Safe Zabe walked to the wicket and said, I'll take care of the net run rate. Ravi, you just stand and watch what form really looks like. 38 from 15. This is some innings.
At one end you have the class of Bopara, at the other end you have the carnage of Zeb, and if you're a bowler, you'll certainly be at the receiving end. They're running out of ideas here, the Karnali Yaks.
This is always the situation that I've always questioned. You know, does he keep going? Does he try and hit it out the ground, but risk getting out and possibly giving the Yaks a way in the back door? I've got a feeling he's in the mood though.
This one came in. Oh, that's been given. Sumpal Kami strikes at just the right time, creates a bit of an opening, sends the danger man Zeb back. Are we witnessing a twist in the tail? There's still so much life left in this contest.
Massive damage done by Zabe. He wasn't happy with the decision. Bopara at the non-strikers end, he even questioned the height. Well, it certainly pitches on. It's tight. It's tight. It's not as high as Bopara indicated. But Sampal Kami has given his team a chance. It is an outside chance, but it's a chance. Zaid goes for a brilliant 38, 153 for 5.
Sampal Kami, the captain, taking matters into his own hands. This game is certainly producing some anxious moments. We certainly have a box office finish in game number 2.
I tell you what it did do, Mikel, as we see Arjun Saad walk to the wicket, is it swung. In the 18th over, the ball swung.
Call that the skill of Sampal Kami there, the craft. Arjun Saad opened for Lumbini Lions last season. Was drafted in at number 7, yeah. He's a good batter, but he's not been acquainted to these situations of late. We'll just take a look at that dismissal once again. The batter had shuffled and come too far across. Yeah, I just felt that could have been just moving away from leg. He was very vocal and vociferous, and look at that for a send-off. Yeah, tempers flaring here. Both teams desperate for a win. Nicely worked away. Arjun Saad will get off the mark, and he'll also keep strike for over number 19. What a game this is turning out to be. A wicket and 14 runs, 154 for 5.
These stalwarts, these pillars.
Get ready! I'm a king, but I pop for my saint. They call me a bad man, that's a fucking good thing. Then what I do now, a whole lot worse. Heavy is the head, it's a blessing and a curse.
Buckle down for bigger challenges ahead.
(13 in 12), 5 wickets in hand. Rhinos ahead in the contest. Will the Orange Army be celebrating this afternoon? Saad is a very fine batter. He's a quality bat. And they are sensing something special. That's the ownership dugout.
They've gone with the left arm spin of Watt here. This needs to be a tight over.
Good use of his feet. Will they push for the second? Bopara says, I'll keep strike.
It's a good bit of fielding by mid-off. He's run a lovely angle there to prevent them from going through for 2. So easily you can just drift around and let them trundle through for a 2. But Sampal Kami's got himself in the right position. It's critical position, long off and long on in these late stages.
Pure, perfect exhibition of timing. That's Ravi Bopara. What a time to bring out a 6. This man's in control of the chase.
I cannot describe how difficult a shot this is. And Bopara's not going to help me because he makes it look terribly easy. And that little fleck of white you see on his chin is not snow. That's experience.
And you have a lot of it as well, HD. This time, straight to the fielder. Yeah, but he rightly pointed out, effortlessly he made it look so easy to a ball that was not in his range. Rhinos 1 hit away from registering their first win and getting their first points in season 2. Yeah, as a fielding side, at the moment you'll only hope that you see the back of Bopara in the very next ball. 6 of 8, you know who's walking across that finishing line at the moment. Yeah, makes room for himself. That's in the gap. 1 bounce for. They're getting closer, and they almost have 2 points in their bag. Courtesy Ravi Bopara, who brings up another fine half-century in his very first outing. He just continues from NPL Season 1. He's a class act and a batting masterclass. He's got a lot of height on this one. Field is circling underneath it, and that will be taken. A bit of an anti-climax here for Ravi Bopara. Tried to go for the big flourish, misses out, and the wicket here for the Yaks.
Yeah, he's disappointed, Bopara. You can understand he's done so much hard work, spectacular work, but he also knows that he's done enough. He's done enough today. Simple catch at extra cover to get what a wicket, but what an innings. Controlled, that's what it was. Controlled, responsible. It's 52, and the Rhinos are nearly there now. 165 for 6.
After a tough setback, Team India are ready to roll back into form.
India versus South Africa.
Can they stop the fiery Proteas in their tracks? IGFC First Bank India versus South Africa. First ODI, 30th November.
The men at the moment in the screen over there, you could see Saif Zeb, Ravi Bopara sharing a smile, and why not? They've taken their team almost home. Arjun Saud had to work to apply the finishing touches, HD.
Sahil Tanvir might be just standing there and admiring a stroke.
That's a powerful strike, and what a way to register a win if you're a Chitwan Rhino here. Arjun Saud with a home run takes his team home. This has been clinical, convincing, and a cohesive effort by a very happy Chitwan Rhinos team.
The Yaks will look back and they will know that they were 15 or 20 short. Maybe they'll look at their tactics and how they altered their batting order and prevented big hitters from coming to the crease. But what we cannot take away is the way that the Rhinos went about this run chase, and they look a very, very strong batting lineup. A little bit of work to do with ball in hand, but when you look at the likes of Deepak, David Malan, who never got any runs today, Ravi Bopara, Dev Kunal, the ability that he has, Kushal Mala and Saif Zab, and even Arjun Saud, they bat a long way down. This is a spectacular batting lineup, and one that I look forward to watching while this tournament progresses.
Absolutely, 7 complete batters here for the Rhinos. When you take a look at the top 7, that flag will certainly fly high. That's because it's been a very strong performance here by the Rhinos. They get off the blocks in emphatic style, a thumping win, if I had to add a cliche word over here. And they're looking a very, very good team, not just on paper, but on the park as well.